Pawlish for about 4.5 years now. So I've been born and raised in Kuwait, and I was in like the fashion merchandising industry, and then I realized my love for animals is like insane. So I just thought, let me see if I can get into something to do with animals. Vet obviously was a lot of studying to do, so I opted out of that. And I've had dogs and cats all my life. So when I had them at home, I would brush them, clean their ears. That time we didn't really have grooming salons around. So just doing that, and people around would be like, you know, we maintain the dog pretty well. So all of that. But then I did some research online, and my brothers as well, and they told me about this pet grooming industry, and that's when I decided, let me see how it's doing in India. Then my parents moved to India, and then so I did a course in Bangalore with Fuzzy Wuzzy, and I also got an instructor from Singapore to come here and train me. So I did about the course for about 4.5 months, and then in Jan 2018 I opened up Pawlish. The importance of pet grooming in my terms would be like when we get a pet here to get them groomed, obviously cleanliness is something which is very important, like especially when you have dogs at home, if you have kids around and stuff. You want to keep them clean, you don't want them smelling bad, you don't want them having any infections and stuff. So when they come here, we identify if they do have skin infections, if they have any ticks, fleas, and we brush them out, you know, make sure the coat is quite healthy. Grooming would require minimum once a month. Like we have clients coming every week for weekly sessions and stuff, because of Bombay weather and stuff, it really they get pretty dirty when they go out, and the weather. So I think once a month minimum at least, and based on their requirement, their coat requirement and all of that. Because if the dog is like okay with the grooming session, then it's easy for us. If we have like difficult dogs who don't like to get like super anxious, especially cats, like we face more difficulties with cats because they're like unpredictable. They're not most of them are not like a fan of water, like give them a bath. They like playing with water, but they don't like having a bath. So that's something quite tedious, where we have two people catching the cat and giving them a bath. So building a relationship with each and every pet that comes here is something that we love doing, because we understand how their behavior is, how we treat them. There are different ways, like we learn so much more about them when we spend time. They all come with different personalities, so it's really exciting to like meet everyone. And then in time we kind of build up that relationship. It's not like the first go just happens. Some of them we get lucky with, but otherwise it takes us a lot of time to connect with them. And once they get used to it, like after 3-4 sessions, then we're like, it's like settled, and they know the drill when they come here. So Maya comes in for a bath once every month. So today also she's here to have a bath. She's not very fond of the bath, as you can see, very noisy. It's okay, puppy. Yes. We make sure the dog is like comfortable and is in like mode, so that you know, it becomes easy for them, and they enjoy their process while they are at it, and they want to come back also. That way even the pet owner is like, you know, happy. That's why I think that's my USP. It's like just our relationship with the dog and everything. So safety measures is like our #1 priority. We make sure like once the dog comes in, from the time they get on the table, they're like tied up properly, you know, so that they don't jump. So people think that, you know, they're getting strangled and all, but no, it's just for safety's sake, and we make sure it's not too tight and they're comfortable while they're at it. Besides that, the techniques that we use, we make sure, and the patience that we have with each dog and cat, like, you know, to hold them by the chin when we're trimming the face and stuff, which is very important. It just comes with experience as we keep grooming every day and stuff like that. So yeah. Besides that, yeah, we just make sure the cotton's in the ear so that there's no water inside and there's no leading to any infection and all of that. So cats, what they do is they lick themselves, but it doesn't really clean them thoroughly. Like it leaves a lot of oil. All that stuff is all still there. The gunk is still there. So grooming for cats is required, because we need to like give them a bath, take out all the dirt, and also at least once a month cat grooming is required. For new pet parents, I'd just advise like talk to your nearest groomer and find out, like, you know, get the best groomer you have, because that's very important, especially when they're puppies. They need to understand, they need to enjoy that whole experience while they're getting groomed, so that, you know, later on it becomes easier for the groomer and they don't get anxiety and stuff. So it's important that they talk to their groomer or their vet and understand, do a proper research online before getting a puppy, because that's the major thing. Understand their personalities. Not just get them for like, you know, to show off and stuff, because you need to really understand their personality so you can, and see if it suits yours. and then based on that you can pick your breed and then decide. Maintenance wise, like if you get a Shih Tzu and you're a person who travels a lot, it doesn't make sense because the dog is not going to get enough attention for, like, you know, grooming wise and all of that. So you need to see, because it's really good to create a good bond with your dog if you have one. And skin infections is one of the most common thing in Bombay. Like, this is what I realized out of experience, and there's no cure to it. Like, there are a lot of dogs who moved out of like, there are cures to certain things, but there are dogs who have like moved to colder countries like Canada and stuff, and they've been like perfectly fine. So we need to understand when we're having breeds like this. Like, I would 100% advise to adopt an Indie because they're the best and they're very intelligent and they're very loving. You can train them to do like crazy stuff. But if you do decide, make sure, you know, like the pet is comfortable in Bombay because of the weather conditions. Otherwise, it's just gonna, you know, all their life they're just gonna suffer a lot. If people have huskies and all, they know that, so they understand they can keep the AC on throughout the day at home. So, you know, people like that, like, that's pretty good then. If you can afford to give them that kind of a lifestyle, then it's good. Otherwise, they're just gonna suffer. And then some of the people come and shave their coats off and all, which we don't do personally. If a husky comes for a full shave, we don't do it because they need their coat to, like, you know, it's like for the, like, so if it's too much of the direct sunlight on their skin, they could get burnt and stuff like that. So we need that coat to like regulate their temperature, body temperature, and all in the cold and in the heat. So shaving the husky is like not a solution for them, but it's, yeah. So just it depends, like. If you do your research, I think that will really help you before getting a puppy. So we have a lot of dogs and stuff around in the area, so we usually get them in whenever we have time. We get them in for a bath and all of that. But yeah, we do, like if there are emergency cases for strays, we definitely get them groomed here, and we don't really charge because they really need it. Experiences like every day there's something funny that happens with them, but we don't really get to capture it because we're all busy working and all of that. But just like, you know, different personalities, them coming here and all the tail wagging, the licks and everything, and yeah, it's just all fun. Like even the staff we have here, everyone like enjoys.
Please subscribe to our channel Talky Tails, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that whenever we upload a video, you'll come to know.